Tonight at the Beecham Theater, we've got Static X, and the man who is Static X, Wayne Static, is here to talk to all of you. I'm going to get the hell out of the way. His wife Tara is also here. I think you'd rather look at her than me. See you, guys. Thanks for coming in and rock it tonight.
Thank you.
Cheers. Well, I'm confused by this question.
They're just asking what happened with the other Static members.
Oh, I guess they're asking. I guess they're complimenting the show and asking what happened with the guys that I used to play with. After Static X took a break in 2009, everyone just kind of went their own way and did their own thing. And Tony's playing in Soulfly now, and Koichi's started a new family, and we had 5 million drummers, and they're all doing their own thing. So I wanted to get Static X back on the road, and so just got some other great players, and here we are.
What was your first guitar?
My first guitar, man, that was a long time ago. My first guitar was some little acoustic guitar that a neighbor gave to me, I think. But my first real guitar, I had a lot of crappy guitars when I was little, because I started playing when I was 7 years old. But my first real guitar was a Gibson SG. I got that when I was 13, I believe. And so I was always a Gibson fan because of Kiss. On the back of all the Kiss records, it said Kiss uses Gibson guitars because they want the best. So it's like, yeah, I got to play Gibson. So I played Gibson for a long time. And then as of late, I've been playing Dean guitars. That's the Dean t-shirt. Yes. But I'm playing this new Dean modifier. Awesome guitar. Sounds great. If you come to any of the shows on the tour tonight, I'll be playing Dean guitars.
Yeah. Maybe I should read the questions to you so it makes sense. I mean, you can answer.
Well, the first one was just a really long question. It's like, how long has that beard been in the making?
Too long.
Yeah, I actually I started growing it back in '96 because I thought I needed to do something fun with my facial hair. But it's kind of out of control at this point. It got dreaded at one point, and so now it's like, you know, when your cats throw up. This is what cat throw up looks like. It's just wads of hair. But I actually just cut it a few days ago because it was getting too long. It was kind of getting in the way of my guitar playing.
Yeah.
So you can take that answer however you want it. I don't really know if that answered your question or not. Jazzy Jeff.
Tara's never going to bring forth a Static baby because I had cancer when I was 17. We have little animals that are our babies.
Yeah, we're not the settling down having babies kind of people. We have our cat Bling with us on tour right now, and he's our baby, really.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of German Shepherds that stay with Aunt Christine back in California. And then we got a bad kitty that watches the house while we're gone.
And then we have a gecko.
And we have a gecko that's on tour with us as well. So that's all our babies.
Are you vampire? You never change, you never get older. Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Honestly, no, I'm not a vampire.
I'm going to get fangs though.
But I'm not really sure if vampires exist. I don't know. I don't see any evidence either way. But given the opportunity, I think I'd be down with it. I think it'd be pretty cool. But thanks for the compliments on my beautiful looks. I appreciate it.
Did you change the way that you wrote songs for Pig Hammer album from the way you usually write songs for Static X? Pumped to see you guys tear it up tonight.
I wrote the same way that I always write, just by myself. in the studio with drum machine, guitar, keyboard, and that's kind of the way I've always done it. I have a hard time working in groups. I'm a control freak. I have to control everything. So I wrote all the Static X stuff the same way, just kind of by myself. The difference was in Static X I would demo everything, and then I would hand the demos out to all the guys, and they would kind of contribute their parts. But for Pig Hammer, I just finished everything out myself, played everything on the record. Yeah, so the writing process was the same. It was the recording that was different.
What does the tattoo say on your left arm? Which one's there? This one?
Yeah, we have matching tattoos. This is Eternal Love that we got when we got married.
Koichi actually wrote this for us, so.
Yes. We checked him out, though.
Yeah.
Koichi wrote it for us, and then we double-checked just to make sure he wasn't messing with us, you know? And then on our other arms, we have our zodiac symbols. I'm Scorpio, Tera's Aries, and then I got Tera's name in flames, and she's got my name in flames.
Oh.
So, yay.
What's your favorite film?
Napoleon Dynamite. We have a bunch of favorites. It's hard to name one, but we very often will just put in one movie and just watch it over and over for like weeks.
Yeah, I like Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, Interview with the Vampire is another great one that you can watch over and over. You know, any Will Ferrell movie we can watch over and over. But right now I'd say Napoleon Dynamite. Today.
Was Dirt House a representation of your own mind and how others view it? I always thought it was your best song.
Cool, thanks. Dirt House is one of my favorite songs off Start a War record, definitely. And Dirt House is what we call our house, actually, because, you know, we got a whole bunch of dirt, there's no grass, we live in the desert, and so that house was dubbed the Dirt House. And I used to go there to write music. Back when we had our LA house, I'd go out to the Dirt House to sort of get away from LA to write music, and that was one of the first songs I wrote at that house. And the funny thing is that song almost didn't make it on the record, or almost never came to be, because we actually recorded the whole Start a War record, turned it into the label, and then the label's like, you know, we think you should go write some more songs because we just don't think it's the best work you could possibly do. And at the time I was really pissed off. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I have to go write more songs now over my Christmas break. I thought I was done with this record. So I went back out to the Dirt House and I wrote 2 songs, Dirt House and Start a War. And those turned out to be 2 of the most slamming songs on the record. And it turns out my label was right. Yeah.
Yep. For once.
For once.
If you weren't playing music, what profession would you want to be in?
I think I would be a homeless drug addict.
You don't do drugs anymore.
I'm joking. It's not a profession. I don't really know. Like, people ask me that from time to time, but I can't imagine doing anything else, really. You know, I worked a million different jobs in every profession you can think of before I made it as a musician. My only other interest outside of music and outside of Tera is probably banging on trucks or, you know, something like that. So I guess I could be an auto mechanic or something, fix your car for you or something like that. I don't know. I'd be down with that. How much does it pay?
Not enough.
Oh.
How's the 4-buying going?
That's good timing on that question there.
Yeah.
It's great. You know, we got the Bronco ready to go anytime we want. If you want to see pictures of it, it was on the cover of Peterson 4-Wheel and Off-Road magazine a few years ago when we finished the build. So if you go to their website and search me, you can get a bunch of pictures of the Bronco. And then we did a bunch of work on the Blazer. We got an old K5 Blazer. Did axle swaps and steering and the whole 9 yards on that one too. So we got 2 very capable off-road vehicles, and we go out all the time. It's a blast. Out in California, you can drive wherever you want. Out in the desert, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Which album would you say is quintessential Static X?
Every album kind of stands on its own, you know. Obviously, Wisconsin Death Trip really set the tone for what the band was going to do, and you know, made a big statement and a big impact. But you know, I think honestly, my last record, Pig Hammer, kind of has the best of everything Static X ever did in one package. Honestly, so from that respect, I would say that it would be Pig Hammer.
But that's not really Static X.
Well, that's true. It's not officially a Static X record, but it's my record. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so what music do you listen to?
Lately, we haven't really been listening to any music, and I tend to do that when I'm on tour because, you know, we're playing shows every night, and my ears just get tired, and the last thing I want to do is listen to music after I get off stage.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, we listen to a lot of older stuff. I don't really listen to a lot of new bands. You know, like one of my favorite bands of all time is Journey.
Mm-hmm.
Love Steve Perry's voice. I still like Rush. You know, bands that I like.
Led Zeppelin.
Bands that I listened to in high school. That's really my favorite.
The Doors.
Yeah, in the end, all that classic rock, and then once in a while, you know, I'll bust out some Skinny Puppy and some, you know, industrial stuff as well, but mostly classic rock.
In Bled for Days, are you singing Lick My Web Foot?
I love hearing what people think I'm saying or what they think my lyrics are. And I actually I worked with a producer, John Travis, on the Cannibal record and Cult of Static record, and he used to make fun of me all the time for my lyrics, and I actually ended up using some of his
Rabbit Master.
interpretation of my lyrics because they were just so hilarious I couldn't get past it. But Lick My Web Foot, that doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I'm saying that anymore.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
even know what part they're trying to say.
Yeah, the short answer is no. Jazzy Jeff.
I heard you played acoustic guitar a lot before starting a band. Do you play it anymore, or you just dropped it?
I rarely play acoustic guitar. I think I have 2 or 3 acoustic guitars sitting in the garage.
I thought you only have one now.
I don't even know how many I have. I don't know. No, I don't play anymore. I used to like it. It's true, way before Static X, I played a very different kind of music. It was the 80s.
It was very gay.
Yeah, it was very gay music, you know. It was cool to be gay in the 80s, so we played gay music. But I don't really even play guitar at home. I hate practicing, so unless I'm actually writing a song or performing, I don't even play guitar.
Who was your biggest influence growing up?
Yeah, I'm one of those Kiss guys, you know, like, listening back now, it's like their music was not the greatest music in the world, but I discovered Kiss when I was 9 years old, and it was like Paul Stanley was all I wanted to be, and that's why I do what I do now. I always wanted to play guitar in front of band, and I got to meet Paul Stanley several times, and turned out he was a really nice guy, and so he's still my idol.
Yeah. Oh no. Skip. No.
I don't know who that is.
Skip. Next question.
I don't recognize that name.
Yeah. What is your favorite Otsego song?
It's funny that you wrote Otsego because it's actually Otsego, but one of the songs, there's actually 2 versions of it, Otsego Undead. Somehow that came out, what soundtrack was that on? I can't remember right now. It came out on a soundtrack.
Dracula 2000 or something.
Yeah, it came out on a soundtrack, the demo version of that song, and they misprinted it as Otsego Undead, so I can see why there's this huge confusion about it. But that's my favorite Otsego song. It ended up ultimately on the Machine record. It was the second Otsego song, and man, that song is just awesome, brutal. We should play that song next tour. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love that you're playing Just in Case on this tour. One of my faves. Is it about an ex-girlfriend?
Not entirely.
Kind of.
It was inspired. It's more about these types of girls that keep guys around just in case they need them, you know.
But you had that one girl,
What?
the model with the red hair.
Oh yeah, but
The Baywatch chick.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, when I moved to California, I dated this girl. It was one of the regulars on Baywatch, but I was her just in case boy. Like, you know, she'd break up with me when she wanted to go date Sean Penn or
Yeah,
Julian
break up.
Lennon or something, and then, you know, she'd keep me waiting around just in case she needed someone to hang out with on Saturday night. So I guess, yeah, it sort of is about an ex.
Would you be proud to see more evil disco bands?
Absolutely. I think it's awesome that my music has inspired others to create music just as other people inspired me. That's like one of the highest compliments that you could pay, is to inspire someone else to write music. So absolutely.
This is a long one. I don't know if I want to read all that. Okay, do you have any tips on how to perform that kind of voice technique, which is singing and screaming at the same time?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple questions in here. There is a trick that I do in the studio a lot, where I layer it up, where there is a whispering thing and a screaming thing on top of that. And it's a really cool thing that you can do in the studio. Obviously, you can't do that live, but I try as much as possible to recreate everything live. So it is kind of tricky going back and forth between the screaming and singing things. There are songs where I do that, but man, it's taken me years and years to figure out how to do that kind of stuff with my voice. And I wasn't a screamer originally, and it took me a long time. It's tough, man. Everyone's voice is different, so if you can't do what I do, don't worry about it. I'm sure, you know, you can find what your strength is and just play off from that. One thing I've learned, everyone's voice is different. I wish I could sing like Steve Perry from Journey, honestly. Like, I would be famous if I could sing like that. But I can't, so I do what I do instead.
In all of your travels, which country did you find most fascinating? Australia.
Yeah, we really like Australia.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's nice, and it kind of reminds me of California and Southern California in some ways, and some of the great aspects of Hawaii, and it's got a really cool vibe, especially Brisbane. It's our favorite town over there. But I mean, ultimately, like, I love the United States, man. It's a great country. Anything you could ever want is right here. People tell me all the time they wish they could travel and go to Europe, and I'm like,
No, don't go to Europe.
Why bother? Like, everything you could possibly want is right here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Wayne Static for President 2012. I approve this message.
What do you like to do when you're having some downtime?
Depends on the mood, you know. Some nights are in a party mood and like to have a few drinks. Other nights, you know, we just chill and watch TV.
Or work on our house constantly?
Yeah, when we're at home, we stay pretty busy working on our house. You know, we started some renos a year ago and
On the dirt house.
on the dirt house and gutted the whole thing, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that could be a second career if this music thing doesn't work out. We
It's
could
going to be my career.
come fix up some houses or something.
What was your childhood like, Wayne? You're poor.
Yeah, I was broke ass kid.
But it made you a great person.
Never had a new pair of shoes until I was in college. Yeah, my parents were very, very poor, and so I grew up very modestly. And but hey, deprivation builds character, and I got
Yes.
lots of character.
Yes. What was your favorite beer or alcohol?
I have to be in the mood for beer, but believe it or not, I've been liking Tecate lately. It's pretty decent Mexican beer. As far as alcohol, I'm not too picky. You know, I'll drink just about anything except mouthwash. But Patron's one of my favorites. Crown Royal's one of my favorites.
You drink Patron on stage.
I drink Patron on stage. That's probably the best for shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long does it take to do your hair, and does it ever get on your nerves styling it like so?
It's actually very comfortable, and it takes no time at all. I just woke up and it's still up from last night. These days I just wash it out maybe once a week so I don't get bugs and lice and stuff. But it's very easy to do. Actually, you just put some hairspray in it and it just stays there and it's all good.
Do the hair questions ever get on your nerves?
They used to, but hey, when you look like this, you gotta expect it. You know, you gotta expect
It depends
to hear
on
about
what
it.
day it is.
That's true. That's true.
Or who's asking it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite state to play in?
Florida, of course. What kind of question is that?
Well, pretty much all the South is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. No, Florida is really awesome. There's
Yeah.
a lot of crazy metalheads down here, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
always have a good time here.
What made disco evil for you?
What made disco evil?
You made it evil.
Evil disco is just something that, you know, we came up with as a joke in the early days, because everyone would always ask you, what kind of music do you play? And what am I supposed to say? Like, metal, hard rock, industrial, like, none of those terms seem to apply, so I just came up with this evil disco, you know. The evil part is like the darkness to it and the metallic aspects of it, and the disco is jokingly all the dance beats, and you know, I started Static X just for fun, really, just kind of making fun of disco music and having a good time, and so that's evil disco.
Do you and Tara fight like regular married couples?
What's regular?
Yeah, I don't know what that really means.
Yeah. No, we don't really fight. We just go, hey, rah, rah, rah.
Like, the only thing I think we would ever get in arguments about is how to fix something on our house.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So, but, like, we've redone their whole house and no complaints.
Yeah, we made it through that. So. I don't know. She was late for stage the other day, so.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't mad at you, though.
Yeah.
Looking at our tour manager right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't play video games, honestly. Like, I don't understand it. Like, when I was a kid, we didn't have video games. We had Pong. So I know how to play Pong.
I love video
that's
games,
it.
but he won't let me play them because he needs my attention at all times.
Yeah. I just get confused with all the buttons, and then I'm just like, I'd rather go out and do stuff in the real world. I'd rather take the truck out for a spin or take the Camaro out and do some donuts in a parking lot somewhere. I mean, I don't know. Video games just seem boring to me.
Last question.
Last question?
Last question. What was your favorite music video to film, make?
Well, actually, the video for Assassins of Youth was pretty
Oh, yeah.
fun.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's up on WayneStatic.com right now. It's from the last Pig Hammer record, last record I did. But that video was kind of based on what really happened to us when we were living in a hotel room back when we first met. But that was a crazy video. We rented this crappy hotel room. They didn't know we were making a video there, so we did it on down low, guerrilla style.
Destroyed the
room.
place.
Yeah.
Breaking glasses and all this crazy stuff.
And we never got caught.
No.
It was incredible. Yeah. Cool. Thanks everyone for your questions. We got to get back to the venue so we can go back to sleep.
Yep.
But I had a great
Enjoy the
time.
show.
Thank you, everyone.
Come see
out,
us.
Do some shots with me tonight.
Yeah.
Amen.